Welcome back, real nerds. It's time for some real talk. We're live here on Facebook and twitch.tv/real nerds real talk for episode 10.
Oh, man.
Of
We made it.
Nerds at Night.
That's a lot.
My co-host, Bobby Law.
Oh, yeah, you didn't introduce me. I am Bobby Law.
I like a whole thing in my head. I'm like, I'm gonna
Thank
do
you.
this so
Thank
good.
you for tuning into the show.
Thank you for tuning in.
We're here tonight to talk all about adult cartoons and why they matter.
By the way, 20 minutes of tonight was to get this image up. So you know, it's for you.
Iconic, of course.
It's for you. I don't like The Simpsons.
Well, you can't say adult cartoons without...
I know. Yeah,
realizing
it's synonymous with The
I
Simpsons.
mean, you know, everyone's like, Simpsons did it, you know.
Yeah, Simpsons did it. Yeah, but Family Guy did it better. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But
it's funny how they compete and they sort of blend it a little bit.
Yeah. I feel like I don't think they compete anymore, honestly.
They shouldn't.
Just my opinion.
They don't need to. They're two great shows by themselves.
Yeah.
Simpsons was way better when I was younger, I'll admit.
I never watched Simpsons when I was a kid, and I tried watching it when I was a teenager, like a preteen teenager.
Yeah.
Couldn't get into it.
How about the cartoon inside The Simpsons, Itchy and Scratchy?
I've seen it, but it doesn't really. No. It doesn't make me change my mind.
It's like super rated M Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, that's all it was. Like, it was just like fucked up versions of Tom and Jerry.
It's kind of cool. I like when they do that though. They add cartoons in the cartoon.
Yeah. Well, like they have like those in like Futurama too.
Yeah.
It's like those commercials.
And what they used to do, Pinky and the Brain and stuff.
Yeah.
Eventually, sometimes they make spin-offs. They're good.
So on this episode of Nerds at Night, we're going to be discussing adult cartoons and in general on like probably just, we're going to be discussing like our favorite adult cartoons, what we like love about adult cartoons. And then at some point in this, we're going to talk about how adult cartoons are either important or are harmful to today's society. Today's society. This is the problem with doing live. You got to make words come out of your mouth. And I stutter.
I like live more, honestly. I don't know what to say when I'm being recorded.
Yeah.
I feel like you have to be more perfect when you're recording.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely more lenient on myself.
You just have to avoid things when you're being live, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. You just don't want to say certain things. You don't want to make certain hand movements and stuff. Yeah.
I mean, I like to move my hands.
I was more or less just making just going with the Nazi thing.
Oh,
like, yeah, you probably shouldn't take your arm and put it in in a parallel.
Thank you for the warning. I wasn't thinking about it.
Well, I wasn't going to tell you not to do it. I was just saying,
Hey, now we all know.
But
don't do that.
Yeah, so we're going to talk about that, how adult, because the thing is, people always, as an adult, as a nerd adult, I guess I should say, I always find myself, if I find somebody to talk to about stuff, right, in general, any kind of adult, and they don't, if I don't already know that they like cartoons or anime or anything like that, or if they're not into nerd stuff, and I find out that, they like video games, which most people, that's probably the most common, is video games or movies.
It's an easier out to ask.
Yeah. But I always feel weird sometimes telling like, do you watch Family Guy? Because some people are a little turned off by it when an adult watches like cartoons like that.
Oh, like
but I'm like,
you.
Yeah, which I mean I really don't care about, but I'm like I just don't want them to get the wrong impression of me. So sometimes you got to read the situation.
Like you're a child.
Yeah,
that's really.
It's really it's like really annoying. Like no, some of these shows have better freaking. Anyways, we're gonna talk about that later.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but so I mean, do you want to start off with like I guess like what are your like. I guess for me, like, what are your favorite? Like, what's your favorite of all time?
Like my most
adult cartoon.
I guess that would be my most influential.
Or actually, no. Let me rephrase the question. I'm gonna make it a 2-part question.
Okay.
And I'll answer the same question too.
Okay. What is it?
What is your favorite genre of adult cartoon? Because they're all kind of comedy, but there are actually they're not all comedy. 90% of them are comedy. Mm-hmm. Or at least they're a form of comedy, but they all have like their own style. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In a way, like Family Guy and American Dad, they're like in the same category.
It's like a household humor sort of like
like family humor. Type. Yeah, obviously they have those mixed in with a bunch of bull crap, but
Moral World's kind of like religious family sort of.
Yeah, then you have like Mr. Pickles is like some crazy satanic bullshit. Like, it's just nonsense. Yeah. And then Super Jail is just gore.
Yeah, it's just
deaths. It's not really funny, but it's kind of like just messed up.
It's kind of goofy.
Yeah, it's got some goofy stuff going on. So I mean, like, yeah, let me ask that first. What is your favorite like style of adult cartoon?
funny, definitely funny.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll just go my favorite one in general, now and back in the day, South Park.
Oh yeah, you're a South Park kid, aren't you?
Yeah, I love South Park.
Oh, I just realized I'm being cut off.
They
My
tackle,
arm.
They tackle so many great issues with humor.
Yeah.
So many big issues, or not even issues, but like things that are going on in the world that people are really irritated about. They'll just, put a spin on it.
Oh yeah, I agree.
Make it
No, yeah.
funny.
South Park was almost South Park was almost that show you could watch week to week and almost get the news out of.
Yeah,
But like in
It's going
in
on.
a satire kind of way. So I wouldn't say it's the best place to get your news because you want to know the actual story.
Yeah.
But definitely South Park would definitely get you interested in you'd be like, what is that about?
And they
If
love
you didn't know already.
they love to poke fun at anybody who's who's not really laughing at things going on
Oh
in
yeah.
the world.
Hell yeah. South Park is like you don't think
So
that's
good.
funny? You don't think your life
We'll
is
get
hilarious? We're gonna make it look hilarious.
I love the James Cameron episode. They do an episode like making fun of him taking on the mission to go down to the Marianas Trench.
Oh yeah, spelunking and shit. Yeah.
So great.
No, I love South Park. So South Park is your all-time favorite.
All time.
And now is that because you've watched I mean, obviously if it's your favorite, you probably watch more of that than anything else.
I would say I've seen all the Family Guys, American Dad, South Park for sure.
But South Park just sticks out for you.
Yeah.
And we were actually watching the first couple episodes the other day.
It's just so funny. South Park
Yeah.
can do whatever they want. And I love,
So did you know, I don't know if you knew this, but I don't know if they still do it, but I know they used to. They used to actually make the episodes only like a week in advance,
Really?
which is actually a pretty big deal.
Didn't they used to make them out of construction paper too?
I know it's called construction style like animation,
Is it not?
but I don't know if it's not like stop, because that'd be stop motion.
Yeah.
So I don't think they do stop motion. I think they just use those like
Maybe
textures.
not now. I don't think now, but
I
I think
mean,
maybe way like first.
Yeah, maybe when they did like
seasons,
their storyboard or something, maybe.
first couple.
I don't know. Oh yeah, definitely. That'd be kind of cool. Do stop motion like that. No, I don't know, but yeah.
So yeah, what's your most influential then? Or I mean, like I guess your
This genre.
favorite genre.
It's
Yeah.
easy for me.
I feel like they are mostly comedy. Even if they
They
have
are.
a weird spin, they have
Most of them
comedy.
are very either light comedies based off of today's like hot subjects, which is like your Family Guy, your South Park. Not so much American Dad. American Dad does touch on like today's topics, but it's more loose and it's more just like making fun of topics in general that happen throughout life.
Yeah.
Like the whole you have the daughter who's a Democrat, father who's Republican.
Oh, that's
Like,
pretty hilarious.
Those things are always going to be relevant. It's not like it's a subject that's just coming up in the news.
You gotta love Stan.
Yeah, I actually love
always.
American Dad. I was actually a huge skeptic when it first came out
Yeah.
because I remember it came out. American Dad first aired after the Super Bowl. I don't remember which year it was. Whatever year the show started, it was the first episode was after the Super Bowl. I remember the commercials because it was like American Dad. It was like this like strong dude.
already
Yeah, because you didn't know who it was,
hyping it up.
obviously.
Some of
But
the
yeah.
first episodes were really funny.
Yeah.
Just make him like he's kind of out there.
Yeah. But my favorite genre is probably the home, like the family-oriented one. Not family-oriented, but family-styled.
Yeah, like F is for family,
Yeah.
Family Guy. That
Yeah, like F is for family, Family Guy, like that. Yeah, exactly.
it's like dysfunctional family dynamic.
Yeah, well, because I've always liked the whole idea of there's always a family that's more fucked up than your own.
Yeah,
and
you'll find
Family
them
Guy
here.
definitely shows that because Peter, that dude does whatever he wants.
Oh yeah.
Like they even make fun of it in one of their episodes. Like he's like, oh, I usually just call somebody at the network and they take care of this.
Oh yeah. Not used to having to fix things.
Yeah, it's like I'm not used to doing things on my own. But my favorite out of all those, it's a hard one, but it's definitely Family Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it might just because I kind of
see that.
grew up with Family Guy.
How about like?
I also just love all the characters.
Yeah, they do. They have some really. I
Like
miss
when
Adam West.
what's
Shout
the
out to
one?
Adam West.
Yeah.
RIP.
Like Adam West, he was
Great
hilarious in
thing.
that
Yeah,
show.
So good.
But like when Brian died, like I was like, oh man.
I was sad by that.
Yeah, and
when
then
they brought in the new dog, I was like, oh come on.
Like, he was kinda
Really? Is
funny,
this how
but
it's gonna go.
Yeah, but the thing is, I want to know if they planned that because there's a bunch of rumors that they only brought him back because a bunch of people got pissed.
Yeah, I got upset. I did.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't angry, but I was more like, man, like, I'm sad. I won't. I guess I didn't feel like I would feel the same watching it without Brian in the mix.
Yeah, because he's hilarious.
Yeah.
Like some of you said, like your favorite episodes on South Park are like Butters episodes, which I think is fucking crazy.
They're not my favorite, but they're not awful.
You love them and I hate them, but
Less
like
of the
Meg
Mohicans.
episodes are terrible episodes. But there are episodes in Family Guy that are just Brian and Stewie.
Right, and see,
they're always amazing.
That's the thing, Stewie and Brian dynamic.
Yep.
I really would hate to see that go away.
Exactly.
It was yeah, it was touching too when like Brian died, like Stewie ran out and stuff.
Yeah. And no, and you're like, oh shit. And then you're like, but the
Really?
thing is, you're waiting for like something to like fix it.
Yeah,
Like, cause
here
you're like,
comes
it's
Stewie
like,
from the future.
like by the end of the episode, you were like, something's gonna fix this.
Yeah.
Something's got to
But
fix this
didn't.
because that happened in the beginning of the episode. The episode started off with that happening,
So sad.
and then you had an Italian dog from New York.
Vinny,
Yeah.
which he was kind of funny, and you know it was cool when him and Stewie actually bonded a little. But
Oh yeah. For a short
it was
period,
great when Brian came
for a
back.
short period character, he was definitely lovable and like people didn't like him because they thought he was replacing Brian. But once people realized he wasn't replacing Brian,
You liked him?
I think people enjoyed him more because people are automatically gonna hate something that they don't want.
Yeah, nobody really likes change off the bat.
Yeah. It's yeah.
It's in our
Like,
nature
no,
to
I don't like.
resist.
Well, like if you watch what is it, Last Man Standing, that like it's like a mostly like I wouldn't say Republican, but it's more like a right wing style show, like right wing comedy, like Republican style.
I thought you meant
comedies.
like that survival show in the woods.
No, Last Man Standing is the one with can I remember his name?
You're not like comedians.
It's the one you know freaking Tim the Tool Man, Tim Allen.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Tim Allen. He stars in it, and it's basically like he works at like a Cabela's basically, and he has a family of daughters. But he's like you know a right wing kind of guy, so he's like more like the manly macho blah blah blah. And I'm pretty sure it's like actually how he views like things.
He's
too.
like real life American Dad.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. I mean, without all the scientific antics and stuff like that, no alien, but like the same kind of mindset. You know, probably not as ridiculous, but they changed a character. That's one thing I hate is when they change a character in a live action show, because you actually change the person.
What do you mean?
Well,
change?
there was an actress who played in all of season one of his daughters.
Oh, they changed the real actress.
Yes.
but you still played the same character.
Yeah,
Okay.
I hate that. So when they do that in cartoons,
That's
it's not as bad. But if you watch Family Guy from the beginning, Meg wasn't always
Meg.
I can't remember her name.
Yeah, I mean their voices changed for sure.
I can't remember her name.
Same thing with
Mila
South Park.
Kunis. It wasn't Mila Kunis. It was another
Oh,
actress.
yeah, it is
Mila
Mila
Kunis has been doing her voice forever now. But in the beginning, when Family Guy first came out, Mila Kunis was not the voice of Meg.
That 70s show.
Yeah, great. I watched most of that actually,
Mila
like
Kunis.
98% of it.
She is beautiful. My goodness.
What's with the delay? Is there a big delay between our voices and our faces, Mister Dami?
Oh,
Let me
maybe
know.
it's our mouths. Yeah, we gotta hide behind the mics. Like,
No, there is definitely there's like a delay issue, for sure, but it's supposed to be very minuscule. But let me know if it's like really bad. But usually we try to like hide our mouths when you kind of do it, so it kind of you can't really tell.
yeah, we just speak.
It's that magic. It's that production value magic.
So good. Good thing you're here to see it live. You know, you experience all the magic.
All the magics.
Just a pocket full of sparkles.
Excuse me. But yeah, Family Guy is my voice is still crap right now. Family Guy is definitely my favorite
Cool.
adult
Cool.
cartoon. I'm
How
kind of skewed though.
How about Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
I absolutely hate that show.
What?
Yeah. No, Brittany likes it.
Really?
Yeah, she's like it's one of her favorite shows.
I think it's really funny. What do you call that style where it's like not really like I guess it's just cheap animation.
I call it vulgar humor, which I'm not saying it's a bad.
humor.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Are you talking about the art style?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
It's like really
crap.
strange. Yeah, I guess it's just like really low budget.
It just looks like low. Like
But it works
like
well.
Rick and Morty looks like low quality, but
So
it's good low quality.
You know what I like about Aqua Teen Hunger Force is that they have like reoccurring sort of antagonists. Like those aliens come down from there's the
block
Mooninites,
ones? The block ones.
Yeah,
ones like Tetris characters.
yeah. There's those ones, or like there's the two, like the German Martian guy who's like a spiky triangle and his green spiky friend.
Yeah.
And then they have the landlord, obviously.
The landlord.
He's just I forget. He's like some 10,000-year-old vampire dude.
That's wonderful.
I really like the
You
show.
okay? So
It's goofy.
since I don't ever want to watch the show over again,
Why?
and I know they ended it, which is awesome. Why are they French fries, a milkshake, and a meatball?
Because that's the Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Okay, what the fuck is an Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
It's like a
Do they fight crime?
It's like a value meal, sort of, from like Burger King.
But the Aqua Teen Hunger Force doesn't sound like a menu item.
Sure, it does.
I hate this whole premise.
Hunger Force.
Okay,
That's food.
sure.
Hunger. Do you have the hunger?
I want to give you none of this.
Mystery Food Squad.
Okay. I don't want to give you any of this, but okay,
You what?
fine. I just Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Anything about it?
It's so.
It's
good.
one of the worst shows. I'm sorry.
It's like, what? You don't like Meatwad? He's so.
No,
innocent.
Meatwad's so
He's
dumb.
like a 50-year-old innocent child. Yeah, he's like 50 in the show, or something.
What?
Frylock's like his caretaker, but then he's like somewhat
Frylock's like his
smart
caretaker?
now and then. Yeah, it seems like it.
Oh my lord.
But the thing that's really weird too is like at the beginning of the show, like season 1, Master Shake is like in control of Frylock. He'll be like, Frylock, destroy that guy with your eye lasers. He'll be like, okay.
Yes, Master
Like,
Shake.
no matter what. Yeah, Shake's like in charge. But then as things progress, Shake's just like sort of like this teenage child, and Frylock's like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, I just want to be left alone and read my books.
Stop messing with Meatwad, you asshole.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
Didn't like Aqua Teen. Did you like the Oblongs?
No. No.
Why not?
I don't.
See
Okay,
much
look.
of them,
look
but Radioactive Family.
We
That's
look-
a family one.
I looked at this list with you earlier. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you all the ones I hate on your list.
Okay.
And this isn't a list of like his favorite shows. Just a list of adult cartoons we came up with. Because obviously there's more than just your obvious like Family Guy, American Dad, South Park, stuff like that.
Brickleberry.
Yeah, like Brickleberry. Let's see.
Whatever.
Cleveland Show. Hated that. Aqua Teen
Cleveland
Hunger
show
Force.
sucked.
Ugly Americans. Hated that. The Oblongs. Hated that. King of the Hill. Hate that.
Archer sucks.
The Venture Bros I can do without, but I can watch it.
Ventures. Oh, they're fantastic.
Super Jail's hilarious, and it's only like 20 minutes long, 15 minutes long.
All of
Metalocalypse is a weird place for me. I kind of like it. I kind of don't like it.
Well, if you like Metalocalypse, then you gotta like Mr. Pickles probably.
So I don't hate Mr. Pickles, but I don't like watching more than one episode.
It's like Mr. Pickles is goofy / Super Jail.
Unsupervised, I've never heard of.
That's pretty funny.
Boondocks, I did not like.
Unsupervised is like 2 trailer park kids who kind of just do what they want.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't like the Boondocks. And that's a big. A lot of people don't like my answer for that one
Boondocks.
because a lot of people love the Boondocks. Like Boondocks has a huge following.
Boondocks is funny. I enjoy it.
Talk about Eric Andre. Eric Andre's hilarious,
Ah.
but Eric Andre's not an adult cartoon.
I dislike the Eric Andre show anyways.
No, yeah, I think he's funny. His show is not funny.
Yeah, his show's awful.
His show, like, but the thing is, most adult show, like live action shows, aren't good. Like Tim and Eric.
Awesome show.
Tim and Eric. Yeah.
Gave it one try. It's still on. I still don't understand how it's still on TV. Speaking of like real life things like that, they brought back the real life Call In Right Now show on Adult Swim,
Why?
where it's like weird challenges in wrestling rings. So you want me to tell you one of the weird challenges I witnessed?
Sure.
All right, so there was 2 grown men, just random challengers, no competitive spirit really. Basically, they take their shirts off, right, and they put bras on them with rubber gloves full of milk on their tits where the bras are.
Okay.
So basically, there's a cup on each side of the ring, right? So your goal is to like crawl around. You can't like grab the person by the tits.
By the tits.
But you can't grab the gloves.
Yeah,
okay?
don't do that.
But you have to suck the milk out of the glove and get it in your cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
So like, the person who gets the most milk advances to the next round of stupid competition fight. Yeah.
America, people.
And you can call in and tell,
America.
you call in and you say you think's going to win. They also have that, the fish swimming around. And you're like,
So I'm just gonna go ahead and say, just no.
well, obviously they're all shows for like people that are just up doing nothing,
Yeah,
just
but
fucked
we're up doing nothing.
Well, these are people that are really fucked up and just want to like have fun with other fucked up
You
people.
guys want to watch this guy yell things at the screen?
I want to watch this man suck milk from this man's
Like, I
boob.
I hate it.
Boob.
Like a perfect example is like Eric Andre is funny as like a comedian, right? his show sucks ass.
Very, very much.
Like John C. Reilly. I think John C. Reilly is hilarious.
You know what
but when he's on the Tim and Eric show, I want to castrate him.
Eric Andre is really funny when he does his street stuff. Even on his show.
Yeah.
Like, I hate when he's on his set because he's literally just being an idiot.
Yeah.
On the street, he's being an idiot, but at least he's like around the public and people are looking at him like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's going to change his questions. Yeah.
It's funny,
Yeah.
you know?
So what is your least favorite adult cartoon?
That's a tough one.
Is it?
Yeah.
Mine's easy.
Well, name yours. You have a lot that you don't like.
I have a lot that I don't like, but there is one particularly that I hate.
Which one?
Squidbillies.
Why Squidbillies?
Every time Squidbillies comes on, I want to throw my remote, like break the TV.
I watch it half the time.
And the thing is, I've watched it. And I'm just like, I get angry.
Are you talking about? All right, so for me, I guess it would be the show that comes on that I just always turn off. Is that what you're talking about? Like one you don't like?
Well, yeah. If you hate a show, you really don't do much more than just turn the TV off.
So I guess Robot Chicken. I end up turning off more than not.
It's like Brittany. Brittany doesn't like Robot Chicken either.
It's all. It's mostly just like crap humor.
Well, the thing is, I like skit humor, and that's kind of like, I don't know why my voice is like this right now, but it's really annoying. But it's mostly like I like skit humor, like SNL.
Oh yeah,
I like skit humor. I think of Chicken Fried. I think of Robot Chicken, more of like that, but like in an animated way.
Some of them are really good. It's just I don't give them the time of day that much, I guess. Aqua Teen Hunger Force I like. Metalocalypse, not a huge fan. Mr. Pickles too. I turn Mr. Pickles off a lot.
Yeah, like I said, Mr. Pickles is not a show I will look out for, but if I happen to watch some of it, I'm fine with it.
Archer,
great show. Great
BoJack
show.
Horseman, really don't like them.
You don't like BoJack Horseman?
No,
neither do I.
Archer,
So it's the same
Archer's
guy
better
who
than
plays
BoJack Horseman.
Batman, Lego Batman.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Something Arnold or whatever his name is. I don't know. Maybe it's because it's late. My voice is just cracking tonight.
You need some tea.
I do. I would say it's not cracking, but it's
Thundercats.
getting a little raspy.
Yeah, there's not many cartoon adult shows that I don't like that much. Honestly.
A lot. I don't like The Simpsons.
The Simpsons. Well, I've seen most of them. I cannot say I've seen all of them. It's probably can't.
Yeah, I haven't seen.
There's like 2,000. So.
I've seen most of Family Guy, but I haven't seen all of it. I probably missed at least 1 or 2 episodes.
I've seen all of them. Family Guy's good. See, the thing is, like, another thing with adult cartoons, I love to just have them on while I'm in bed, like trying to fall asleep.
It's because so you don't need to pay attention to them.
Yeah,
especially if you've already seen most of them, so you're like, oh, I know exactly what's gonna happen, but I just want to listen to it.
Yeah, I just want to see those pretty pictures and see the sound or hear the sounds. You know,
look at that couch behind me; it's so fancy.
Right? We could have sat on that, but we decided to sit in these chairs. Cool for us.
Yeah, these chairs are comfy.
They are, probably more so than that couch.
That couch has been what 30 years?
Yeah,
look at that.
30 years of ridiculous setups on that couch.
That's one thing I did like about Simpsons, though, is like when they did like the different intros
every time. Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
Did you like the movie, Simpsons movie?
I did not like the Simpsons movie
at all.
No, not at all. I mean, I would say like if I had to give it a quick score off the top of my head, just from what I remember, out of 10, maybe like a 5. Which I mean, for an animated film of like that stature, probably isn't actually that bad of a score in my opinion.
Had a decent story to it.
It was alright,
but it was weird.
It was just funny.
They went to Alaska.
Yeah,
that was strange. Oh, you know, it was great too. Always remember Homer Simpson. You know, he always like messes up Bart. So they're working on the roof together, and he already messed himself up a bunch of times, like hitting himself with the hammer when he's trying to nail things, shingles. So he's there and he's like, "All right, hold the nail, boy," and he's like, 1, 2, and he pulls the hammer back and it gets stuck in his eyeball. I was like, shit. I did not think that was going to happen. I love those too, and they surprise me. You know?
Yeah.
I think there needs to be... Actually, let me stop saying that, because I was going to say I think there needs to be adult Scooby-Doo. But we have Mike Tyson mysteries.
That is basically what adult Scooby-Doo is, actually. Cause
how do you feel about that show?
I don't hate it.
No?
Actually, at first, I was like resistant to it.
It's really goofy.
So I was like, oh, I don't want to watch this. It's just like, why is Mike Tyson making a show like this?
He needs money.
No, I get it. I don't fight. Anybody's grind, do your thing. But I mean, I just don't have to support it. That's I like one of our things. You vote with your dollar kind of thing, right? And in TV, it's
Check
like
out
you
the
vote with your
microtransactions.
viewers, you know? Like if you didn't like watching us, you just would simply not watch us, and that tells us, you know, you don't like it basically.
Yeah, that helps too. But you know, it'd be cool if you just tell
Yeah.
us we suck before you leave.
At our level, yeah, it helps better if you tell us. But
Yeah.
for like a TV, show level, it's just like if people don't watch, they don't watch. So I didn't want to watch it in the beginning, and then after a while, I finally ended up catching an episode late night, and I was like, okay, this isn't terrible.
He's got a talking pigeon, which is hilarious for Mike Tyson.
The pigeon for me kind of makes the show, especially because the actor who plays him, and I can always envision his face when I hear him talk.
Yeah,
I don't know what his name is, but he's hilarious.
forget his
He's
name,
funny
too.
as hell.
Yeah,
but-
so in the show even.
No, I don't hate that show. I don't think it's a great show, but I do enjoy watching it every once in a while.
What do you think about people saying The Simpsons can predict the future or have predicted?
I mean,
the
I
future?
don't want to say anything about it because
bunch of
I think
times.
I feel like it's one of like two things almost. So either one, they're just really good at predicting the future based off of like whatever, or
So,
two,
what's going on?
Two, I think is the more probable answer.
Conspiracy people looking for things like that.
No, well, okay, that might be a third answer, but that's a little bit too more far fetched too.
Okay,
Like, I think-
what's the real answer? You tell
And
us.
the thing is, this is still far fetched to begin with.
Whatever.
But my second and this is one I think is probably more probable. Somebody tells them,
Why The Simpsons though?
huh?
Why The Simpsons?
Because everybody watches The Simpsons.
Not anymore.
Not anymore, but the thing is, when The Simpsons do say something political, people watch.
Well, I have a couple weird ones here that like just there was like 15 instances that they predicted the future, quotes.
Yeah.
But I put out a few, like I wrote down a few that stuck out to me because I actually knew what they were about, I guess.
Okay.
So this one's stupid, but Siegfried and Roy's tiger attack. I think that was kind of obvious that would happen one day.
Yeah, that's common sense. It's like, oh, well, because you think about it, like, oh, Siegfried and Roy. What's funny about Siegfried and Roy? Well, what'd be funny is if that tiger they fuck with all the time
Yeah.
gets out and eats the
He
fuck out of
he
one.
got a little pissed. More
So I
than
mean,
usual.
that's a gimme. It's like,
Anyways, they predicted that 10 years before it happened. Wow.
I think just everybody else kind of saw what was gonna happen at some point.
How about FaceTime? There's an episode where Lisa called Marge on her phone in 95 with FaceTime.
Okay,
It's
but
kind of weird.
she didn't call her with FaceTime. She just called her with a camera.
Yeah.
She had a video conference with her mom,
Yeah, with FaceTime.
but it wasn't called FaceTime.
No, it wasn't.
So why couldn't it be called Kick?
Well, it could have.
Exactly.
But yeah, regardless.
So
that's
but
what
what you're
they were
saying,
doing in
you're just
95.
talking about more or less just the act of having like a
The
voice or video call.
Video call.
Okay, so I would say that they predicted something happening that I think would have already happened anyways.
Yeah. I mean, it was in like Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like if you think like, oh, it's like, oh, Star Trek and or Dick Tracy, Dick Tracy. Dick Tracy and called out that we'd have smartwatches.
No,
Like,
no,
no shit,
Actually, they
we
called
did.
that out in 95 also.
I'm just saying, like, but obviously that's going to be a thing because the thing is, if you just look at what do people want, like people want to be able to make a phone call from their wrist because that sounds
James
fun.
Bond, obviously, you know.
Yeah, so it's not like
How about the Ebola
technology
outbreak?
companies get these things from
How about
culture.
How about that one?
The Ebola outbreak.
Yeah.
I see. That's my thing where I think that's one of the government things.
In 2014, there's an Ebola outbreak here.
Somebody tells them. Well, I wouldn't call it an outbreak, but yeah.
And in 97, they had an episode about it. 97. That's a long time ago.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, then it's not really predicting anything unless it's saying what date it was on.
They predicted the future.
Or they just predicted that at some point in the future there'd be an Ebola outbreak.
Yeah.
But can't you say that about
In
anything?
America.
So if they made a smallpox episode and there was a smallpox outbreak 20 years from then,
Yeah.
they'd be like, The Simpsons told us!
Well, see, then the conspiracy theorists, like I was saying, would be like, oh my God, it's another one. Put it on the list. You know?
I always liked the episode. I think it was a Simpsons episode, wasn't it? Where they were like, all the media were at a round table saying, like, what's the next big thing?
Yeah.
And Ebola was it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Or, no, it wasn't Ebola, was it? Something else.
I love when the cartoons make fun of that, too. Like, everything being run and already known, know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
Fake news.
But we don't know. They also had the Trump presidency, you know?
That one was pretty freaking crazy.
In 2000, they played an episode with him.
Yeah, I know.
president.
And the thing is, almost frame for frame, it looks the same. You saw that, right? Like when so his announcement speech, like he was going, like he went down that little escalator thing. Like that was like The Simpsons almost like shot for shot.
It's crazy.
Got it correct. The only thing they were missing was Trump's little white spot in the middle of his. Can you remember that? You watched his
No.
So I was watching a lot of the politics back when it was happening, and
I tried.
During his announcement speech for running for president, he had like this like white, like old people like gunk.
Oh, like dry spit.
Yeah.
Like,
and I just wanted to I couldn't listen to him talk. I just wanted to pick at his mouth.
Remember they make fun of that in Family Guy?
Yeah.
His grandpa's like to Stewie. He's like, if you ever want any of that old crusty corner of the mouth stuff, you come to your grandpa.
So I guess we should kind of get talking into, like what's your opinion? Do you think adult cartoons have a place in today's society? And when I say have a place, I don't mean like, can we put it somewhere in today's society? Like obviously you can put anything in today's society. Do you believe that adult cartoons belong in mainstream society?
For sure.
Okay.
For sure, because I think they give us a direct link back to our childhood, but with that adult flair.
The adult flair. It's like what is it, like alcoholic wine or it's chocolate milk wine?
Well, like problems that we face every day that we really hate dealing with, they face them in the cartoon and maybe deal with it a funny way that we would want to in real life.
Yeah,
but we
like,
can't.
Like buy a giraffe.
Yeah.
So, to add on to that question,
okay,
do you think it's okay for children to watch adult cartoons? And when I say adult cartoons, I package them. So I'm packaging Family Guy with something like Super Joe.
I'm gonna address this basically the way the cartoons are addressing this. So before every Robot Chicken episode, for example, it clearly states there are some things that may not be suitable for younger viewers. Viewer discretion advised. Family Guy actually has at the end of an episode where they call out people. They say, like, I think it's Peter, at the end where they do their little zoom in on the family thing.
Oh yeah, well sometimes
it's Peter, and he's like, yeah, and anyone who doesn't want your kids to be watching shows like this, maybe you shouldn't let them watch them.
No, okay, so yeah,
maybe you shouldn't have the TV on in the first place.
So I'm not gonna comment on parenting because I just don't. I'm a parent myself.
Well, I think that's.
I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong, but I want to change it how you might think of the question. So instead of thinking about like if they don't want them to watch it, don't let them watch it.
Yeah.
But I'm asking, do you think it's okay for a child to watch it? Like I mean, like say you're a parent who's willing to let their kid watch it. Do you think that a child watching that? Yeah. So, like, what's the age?
No. I mean, there would be a cutoff of shows, like shows like.
Oh, when you get down that slope.
Bob's Burgers and.
So the lighter stuff.
Yeah. Certain things like that my kid could watch that are somewhat considered adult cartoons, but things like South Park, like Archer, Rick and Morty, even things like that, they don't need to be watching. There's no point because most of that humor isn't something they're even gonna get.
Okay.
Probably.
No, okay, I get that.
So for me, I don't. Some of them.
No,
it would really depend on the show.
And I say this because I like as a father, Jenny. I don't let Jenny we don't sit there and watch marathons of Family Guy, but I won't turn the TV off if Family Guy's on.
It's not that bad.
There are shows that I will turn off, but it's Family Guy's not one of them.
There's some because it's not like excessive cursing in Family Guy.
Yeah, no, they might say like bitch.
And the thing is, like,
in an episode,
the stuff they're talking about, even though it might be adult, there's enough goofy stuff going on that all the adult conversation sort of stays up there with the adults.
Oh yeah, no, Jenny has seen enough Family Guy to if she wanted to like comprehend it, she probably would have already.
Yeah,
but they're not. It's just the humor's over their heads.
Yeah, it just doesn't matter to them,
It's like when you watch. It's like when you watch like if I was to watch like Mulan again, like I would pick up things that I did not pick up before.
Yeah, which those are fun too.
Yeah,
which also you got to check out the Splat sometime. Late night Nickelodeon.
Oh yeah, you were talking about that. That's right.
They play all old shows from when we were kids in the 90s, but during every commercial break they highlight adult portions from the cartoons that you might have missed, and they're pretty funny.
Just want to give a quick shout out to the people watching us over on Facebook Live. We have Sarah, Tim, Christian, Dominic. I don't know who's watching on Twitch, but if you put your name in the chat, I'll put it out there.
Yeah. Shout outs all day.
Hopefully you guys are enjoying it.
All morning.
Hopefully the lag isn't too bad. But yeah.
Tell us what cartoons you like.
Yeah, let us know. Definitely.
Adult cartoons, though. We already talked about,
What's whatever your favorite one is, actually, I'd rather know.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to tell me in the chat or on Facebook, let's say, like, whatever your favorite one is, and then whatever your worst, like, your least favorite. I always like knowing what your least favorite is, because most people have the same favorites. Most people enjoy like the top, like I don't want to say top 5 because I actually don't know like in my head what it would be, but like you get Family Guy, South Park, American Dad, Bob's Burgers, I guess.
How about,
And Archer.
I have a question for you. Okay.
What's that?
Speaking of all adult cartoons that have been canceled due to the fact that they've run their course or they weren't funny enough for things, are there any that you really miss? Like you're sad they stopped, or you kind of wish they could come back maybe? That they're not playing anymore? Miss any of them? I have one.
Well, I think that everybody who watches adult cartoons, or at least enjoys adult cartoons as much as we do, has the same answer.
What?
Futurama.
Oh yeah.
So
Why is it the same answer?
Because everybody loved Futurama. It's like why did Firefly get canceled?
Well, do you feel
everybody loved Firefly?
Do you feel the same way as me then, where I was sad Futurama got canceled, but it doesn't really matter anymore because Rick and Morty's here?
Yes. So like when Futurama left, it sucked. But the thing is, some of us still have faith that it'll come back. I actually don't think it's going to come back anymore. I think it's dead now.
They've done so much with it. I don't know if
no,
there's
yeah, and
enough left.
they brought it back twice.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, the thing is,
Successful?
Futurama is not a bad show. It never will be, and it won't ever be a bad show if you just let it die.
I feel like they could have done a movie maybe.
No, they did. They did TV movies.
Oh, like South Park Stick of Truth sort of?
Yeah, like extended episode kind of thing.
Yeah. Couple in a row.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bender's Game.
Yeah, there's
that
actually
was one of my favorites.
There's like 4 or 5 of them.
It was like Bender was getting real into role playing.
Yeah, I think some of them are on Netflix actually. Then there's one with like the god who comes from like the other dimension and hangs out with Fry, I think it is, all the time. But like only like organic organisms can pass through, and like Bender would have been left behind because he's a robot.
Huh.
Yeah.
No. When you say that, all I think about is like Robot Devil. I know that's not what you're talking about. South Park. Let's talk about some of the crazy things South Park is. I have 3 big things South Park has talked about.
Well, the
I thought were pretty funny.
Big 3. Well, you can go ahead and give me your 3 because if I don't want to double up on yours because you might be the same things.
Well, I love what they do with Black Friday in America.
Yeah,
and making fun of that, like,
which honestly, I mean, I don't doubt that it's real in certain areas, but I have yet to actually experience that kind of Black Friday.
Well, the thing is, I always see, like, you always see the videos on the news or the,
but you never
crazy
see
videos
the actual stores that have that.
Yeah,
happen.
no,
yeah.
I mean, you could go up to like King of Prussia Mall when it opens.
Well, the thing is, like, I was at Deptford Mall for Black Friday. I worked Black Friday back in 2009.
Were you scared?
At the Sprint store.
Were you scared?
And
like Randy Marsh.
No, the thing is, it was busy. I mean, obviously, I was working at a Sprint store, so like we had customers, but not as many. You know, obviously not. Nowadays, Black Friday is a big deal for a cell phone store because there's so many cool cell phones. But in 2009, you know, the coolest phone was like the iPhone 3GS.
Yeah.
So I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal, and you can only get on AT&T. So Sprint wasn't even like thinking about stuff like that.
Sprint was going down the tubes.
Yeah, that was the beginning of their downfall.
Well,
that's back when the HTC Evo was out, but. Yeah, there was a lot of people, but it wasn't like people weren't like trampling over people. And like, I've done WalMarts. Walmarts are like supposed to be like the worst.
Yeah. Oh well, yeah.
I mean, I've been to Walmart. I've been to Walmart on Black Friday and it was busy. Like, you know, there's a lot of people.
There's not people like destroying each other.
Yeah, nobody's like fighting each other. And like,
well, do you
most
get
people
there
are
at
trying.
The very beginning.
Like
well,
sometimes I don't. Sometimes I do.
Sometimes it's like the first 20 minutes of sales are like, you know, 70% discounted or something.
Well, what Walmart usually does, or at least what I've noticed over the last couple of years, they start on Thursday night at like 8 p.m., which is Thanksgiving, and they run until like Saturday, I think. It's like a 3-day sale. And what they'll do is they'll do like certain sales will only be during certain times.
Oh, yeah.
So they kind of like divide up so that it's basically just like crowd control, I'm guessing, like their version of it. Good. But they usually put the best deals on Thursday nights. That's how I think it sucks. Or it'll be like Thursday nights and then Friday morning. Like basically when they start, because obviously when they start is like when the timer starts for when they don't have any more left.
Right.
So I always say like when they start is basically when they're going to go out.
TVs go.
Oh, yeah. If you're TVs, laptops, and probably video games, especially video game like bundles, video game system bundles, like consoles with games, that's like the big thing during the Black Friday season. Which is funny because that's like the only season I never buy a system.
Black Friday?
I swear, yeah.
Really?
Buy everything else on Black Friday.
Man.
I mean, you can't even buy, like, even if you bought a Switch during this season, it probably wouldn't be that much cheaper.
We'll get our new studio lights on Black Friday.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
You're going to get some
important stuff.
Some purple lights.
Yeah. Some green screen felt for our faces.
Felt. Oh, yeah, I want to get a green screen suit.
Yep.
You know, just like walk around with like a mouth.
Just get a morph suit.
Morph suit.
Yeah.
What are those people who just like walk around? Not the furries, but like the ones who walk around in like morph suits. There's like a thing.
Is there?
It's like a kink.
Oh, I thought no. All I knew is fairies.
Yeah, I've seen it somewhere.
I mean, that would be cool. Like, what if you threw a party and it was like you had to wear a morph suit to get in? So there was
Very
like
exclusive party. Just saying, like
morph suits are like $30.
yeah, but like if you were like, oh man, I really want to go to that party, and they're like, no, you have to have a morph suit. You'd be like, damn, where do I get a morph suit on Saturday night at 10 p.m.?
Oh, why don't you RSVP 2 weeks ahead of time and go find
Well,
it?
maybe you're crashing the party.
Well, maybe you don't belong then.
Well, you know what? I want to be part of your club.
The cool thing about morph suit party would be no judgments. Like, how would you know
I feel like they judge non-morph people though.
who I was or what I was? You know, I mean, you could tell by my voice that I'm just like a weird guy, probably, but
Weird guy.
you can't see that. You have to initiate conversation to know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay.
You can't just judge me by my face. Like
Oh, by the way,
with your beard, you
I
probably
never
turn a lot of people
said
away.
my thing about the. So, if anybody cared, Bob.
What are you even talking about?
No, I was gonna say like my opinion on like if they're important or not. I guess.
Oh, yeah. Let's go back to that.
Yeah. Whatever. No big deal.
No, tell me what's your
And
opinion.
it's not a big deal. Bob.
Just tell us.
No. I think obviously it's not. It's obvious that I think that they're important.
Okay.
You know, I mean, everybody knows that. I think.
Yeah.
At least anybody who knows me. I think that adult cartoons play a huge part in our social society. I'm probably using that phrase wrong, but
Comedic relief.
saying the word social society just sounds weird. But for this today's society, even whatever society 10 years ago, it matters. Things like this, any kind of creative outlet where people can show what they're upset about, whatever, I think is a great thing. First and foremost,
sure.
right? Secondly, it shows people that are less inclined to maybe be political or whatever, what have you. Today's problems, right?
Yep.
That at least they'll have some kind of, it might be a skewed knowledge, but at least they'll know something about it.
True.
And then, like, if they're like me, which some people I'm sure are, they see something they don't understand on like a show, and then they go, I'm gonna go look that up. Especially if it's like a Family Guy, they always make those those cutbacks to like things that you might never heard of.
Yeah.
And then you're like, what is that? Like, what is it? Why is that joke funny? Because I don't get it. And then after you figure out what the thing is, every time you see that episode from then on that, you're gonna laugh.
Look, a lot of times they shout out like random old actors or actresses for things they
You're
did.
like,
You're
who's
just
that?
like, what?
Who's Aubrey Hepburn?
What happened? You look it up and it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Usually, Rick and Morty actually has a bunch of those that I don't understand, but in those where they rehash the episodes, they'll point them out.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Yeah.
oh wow.
Especially on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of video, especially now because Rick and Morty is so popular. So more popular means more people will, do videos about it. But I've been watching a couple of videos every once in a while. They'll like basically recap the episode, saying like what this meant, or at least what they think it means, or what's the popular meaning behind it.
If you like Rick and Morty and you're interested in what we're talking about, you should really check out the Pickle Rick breakdown.
Pickle Rick
episode has so many shout outs.
That was a
movies
deep episode too.
So many different things.
Yeah, there's like a Rambo thing on there. I think there's like a Rambo.
Man.
Yeah, there was like
it's like movie
10 or
after
12,
movie.
yeah.
Remember when the guys calling him from the control the control room, and he's like, they call him like Baba Yaga or something,
it's
like
Taken,
the
right?
Pickle Man. Yeah,
it's a Taken reference. And then when he's getting suited up in his Iron Man stuff, that's an Iron Man thing.
yeah, when he flies out like that. There's one where he's stitching himself up.
With the pickle.
I think he's like talking with the other guy too, and it's like a reference to Face Off, sort of, when they're in a standoff. It's really cool. The breakdown is phenomenal.
Yeah, and you always there's a thing I saw that was like people try to find depth in Rick and Morty, and then when they finally find depth in it, Rick and Morty takes it away from them.
Oh, that's so great.
Because they're like, yeah, we gave you this little treat of like this show means something, and then like 3 episodes later they'll be like, fuck off, we're just kidding.
I love how they poke fun at the fans too.
Oh yeah,
Adult Swim does that also. Like in their
in their commercials.
We don't care if you're here.
They get stupid trippy sometimes. Like sometimes it'll be like the most random bullshit. Sometimes it'll be like some crazy graphic,
some weird trippy like blur and zoom in and.
But my favorite by far are literally the words. Like when they say the black screen with the words
just
on
like
it.
random stuff.
Just be like, we ate chicken pasta today, and then
it was
like,
okay.
Tomorrow it'll be like, it was okay.
Yep. Yep. They're goofy.
I think Rick and Morty's a very important show, actually. For Rick and Morty's probably one of the most important episodes or shows for me.
Why? It's so fresh.
No, it's not. It's not because it's fresh. It's just it brings an intelligence to adult cartoons. Okay. So the show isn't.
See that?
The show isn't smart. I mean, I guess technically, right? So it's kind of like that argument, like Big Bang Theory. Like Big Bang Theory isn't actually smart people, but they talk about smart things, right?
Right.
So, but Rick and Morty allows a show to be funny but intelligent. And the thing is, Rick is such a, his character alone, basically, like, it talks about such big things in real world. Like, it basically, for me, like, he's like, how, like, when Morty's, like, his philosophy on life after he finds out, like, really nothing's meaningful, like, you mean nothing. Yeah. You're just a number in a generation or of parallel universes.
Like infinite Mortys.
Yeah. So, like, I think it teaches a good lesson, Like, get rid of the small crap in your life. Stop getting so fucking worked up with dumb shit. Yeah. And that's basically what he does to calm down, sister in that episode.
Yeah, when he's telling her how
I'm just gonna give you the fucking it's like my dead body's out back. I had to bury myself last week.
Every morning I eat breakfast 10 feet away from my rotting corpse. Yeah. It's like shit, Morty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
All right. Well, let's go watch TV.
Oh man, and they just drop bombs in Rick and Morty sometimes too. Like all of a sudden, Rick's just like, "This is a conspiracy," blah blah, and this happened, back in the '80s. And then they just keep going with the episode.
Yeah,
just like, oh fuck.
And then like there's like the one episode, I think 2 episodes ago, they were like, "Oh, I wonder what happened on the at the Rick government place." I forget what it's called. Yeah, like the whatever.
It was in the Rick Lantis mix-up episode.
Yeah, and they were like
Citadel.
And the Citadel. And they're like, he's like, I wonder what's going on in the Citadel. He's like, I don't know, but I hate to be the poor bastard who has to sit over there for a full episode. And they're like, and then they cut, and it's you. You're the poor bastard.
The Citadel.
Yeah, you're the poor bastard watching the episode about the Citadel. And you're like, oh, fuck you.
You know what's so weird to me about that episode, man, is like all the Ricks and all the Mortys are the same, right? Like usually Morty is like this passive sort of, do whatever Rick says type of guy.
Yeah.
But in the episode, there's like all these different variations, like badass Mortys. Like that cop Morty. Or I'm pretty sure Morty that got elected president was the weird robot sort of Morty.
Well, I would, yeah. Evil, yeah.
He had all the Mortys on the dome.
See, I would say I'd say it's almost like a nature versus nurture thing. Like a Morty in its natural habitat would grow up to be a Morty. Like a regular Morty, but Morty who is subjected to living with other Mortys and doing all that stuff, it probably messes with your fucking mind.
I also kind of think they added that episode a little bit for the Pocket Mortys thing.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah, that's probably true. Because now you can get the cop Morty, which he was crazy.
Yeah, or like the reptile splice Morty thing. I did get that game when it first came out because it was free.
Pocket Mortys? Yeah, I played a little bit of it.
And I figured it'd be fun because it was like a Pokemon, but Rick and Morty.
It wasn't fun.
Nah, not good.
I played about an hour of it, and I was like,
yeah.
Good.
I was excited for it. I downloaded it the day it came out. No thanks.
You were a day oneer?
I do love, same thing with the show. I caught the original episode, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to blow up like Futurama and Family Guy. Made a baby.
See, actually, I didn't think Rick and Morty was gonna be like that big.
No,
I enjoyed it. I just didn't think not a lot of cartoon movies, like or adult cartoons don't do well. Especially because Rick and Morty came out on Adult Swim.
I think I just felt it because it brought back that Futurama vibe for me, and I was like, "There's no way this. If they keep going." They can do whatever they want. That's the thing with me. Any movie that involves space and millions of planets, or same thing with a cartoon.
Yeah.
If you have that premise, you better be phenomenal because you can literally do anything.
Yep.
Why are you not phenomenal?
Yep. And that's what Futurama did too. They brought that intelligence to because Farnsworth.
Yeah. Like literally, imagine being that bored of people sitting there like, all right, what are you gonna do for this episode? You can shout out any idea you want
because you can do anything.
Like, all right, this week Rick goes to like Food Planet and gets shrunk, and now he's escaping from like inside of an oven in the kitchen or something.
Some weird twisted bullshit.
They become gingerbread men in this week's Christmas episode.
Yeah.
Who cares?
I mean, they literally did an episode about how they had a carnival in a homeless man's body.
Yes. See, like who would do
so let's make an episode. All right, what's your pitch? Carnival.
So
what's your pitch? Homeless man. Put you in that one. We got an episode.
Yeah. She's like, let's make the magic school bus, but gross.
Yeah, let's make it fucking gross.
Let's put it in a junky hobo.
Well, guys, that has been today's time for.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
No.
it has.
No.
That has been our time for Nerds at Night, episode 10. We would love to thank you for watching with us. Before you go, please stand by for a second for a little bit of house cleaning, please. This is for the better good, I promise. We have, if you haven't heard already on Facebook, we have partnered up with Extra Life. They're a huge, basically community-based charity in a way. Right. So Extra Life, they work with streamers, content creators, basically YouTubers, stuff like that, every year to basically build these charities to pay for different things. And this year's, as is every other year, for the November 4th one, for the 24-hour stream, they're doing children's hospitals. So the good thing is that you actually, as the content creator or whatever, when you sign up to make a team for to do the stream and everything, you have to pick which hospital. So since we're from South Jersey, our obvious choice was Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. So every dollar that gets donated through the website link goes straight to CHOP, Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. I looked into it just to make sure.
100%.
Yep, 0% goes to Extra Life.
Fantastic.
So like $1 of it would have went to them, but I actually paid that. You had the option to pay for it without.
Okay.
So it doesn't come out of the donations. So every single dollar, for the zero of it goes to us. We literally get zero credit for it. We get zero anything for it. This is all just for CHOP. Yeah.
And it's actually a really personal thing for me too, because I did spend a few weeks there as a kid. I think I was like 7 or 8, and I had a really, really intense flu, stomach virus type thing. And hey, I'm still here,
Yeah,
thank you, CHOP.
So even if you're not from this area, it'd be great. I mean, a lot of our viewers are because they're friends and family. But if you guys could support us by supporting them. So we're just kind of using our outlet to spread the message, and we figured this would be a great chance for us to help some kids too. So November 4th, we're going to be doing a 24-hour live stream with alongside of hundreds of other streamers here on Twitch and YouTube. Them will be, they're obviously going to be streaming for their local children's hospital, but hopefully you can come watch us for at least a little bit, support us by supporting the Children's Hospital of Philadelphia. Send them money through the donations link that I'll be, it's up on Facebook, I believe, and we'll have it up on Twitch here as well. Make sure you guys look for that. Also, the next episode that will be on, or the next show that will be on Real Nerds Real Talk will be tomorrow night, Friday night at 7 p.m. for GTA 5, All the Rage with Timmy B.
Yeah, you're doing Wednesdays.
Oh, tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah.
I thought tomorrow's Friday.
No, tomorrow's Wednesday, so tomorrow should be a clear day, and then Thursday.
Yeah, tomorrow's a clear day, that's right.
Thursday we will be doing Game of the Day
yep.
from 12:30.
So we do the show on Wednesdays and Fridays, and I swear it was Friday. My days are so freaking meshy.
It's okay.
Yeah. But yeah, tomorrow's an empty day. Tomorrow there'll be videos up on YouTube.
You know when time's really not gonna be a factor to us during that 24-hour gaming stretch. Oh my god. There.
Yeah, you're just gonna see the degrading of us.
We're gonna reset totally our time clocks. Yep.
But anyways, like we said, we hope you enjoyed our content. We hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, make sure you guys let us know in the comments. Make sure you guys follow us here on twitch.tv/Real Nerds Real Talk. If you want to grab yourself some R&RT swag, some t-shirts, some hoodies, some stickers, hey, why not, whatever, go over to teespring.com/RNRT. And if you want to be that extra cool person, go over to patreon.com/RNRT. Subscribe to us for $2, or I say subscribe, but become a Patreon supporter
for $2 a month.
$2 a month, and you get access to Steam codes, all kinds of other stuff, giveaways and whatnot. So there are multiple ways to support us. Free support is also awesome.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Come chat.
Great sentence.
Just talk with us.
Good job, Scott. But anyways, have a great day.
Scott.
Stay nerdy, my friends. Hopefully you have a great week. If we don't see you again, peace.